I must state that for safety, honesty and cautious reasons, the information in this video was gathered through research on the internet. I am not telling you to do anything in particular. Your choices are of your own volition. Seek medical advice for further knowledge. What is muscle dysmorphia? Muscle dysmorphia, or MD for short, is a form of the obsessive body dysmorphic disorder, BDD. This is also often grouped together with other eating disorders. This is when a person is preoccupied by the worries that their body is too small or not muscular enough, even though they have a normal build or in many cases an extremely buff or wham physique. Muscle dysmorphia, also known as bigorexia, megarexia or reverse anorexia. It is a recognised mental health condition characterised by a distorted perception of one's own body and the significant distress and functional impairment that results from this distorted perception. How many people suffer from bigorexia? The disorder is thought to afflict somewhere around 2% of people. However, many more teens may suffer from undiagnosed muscle dysmorphia. Research studies have shown that 25% of adolescent males are worried about not having enough muscles. Most of the time, these are the guys that get swayed into taking anabolic steroids, which comes at a cost to their future health. Thought patterns and behaviours. Individuals with this condition experience intrusive thoughts about perceived flaws in their appearance. These thoughts can be very distressing and lead to repetitive behaviours like excessive mirror checking, skin picking, or seeking reassurance. Impaired daily functioning. The focus pull and preoccupation with appearance can interfere with social life, work and other areas of daily living, causing significant distress and impairment. But like I said earlier, muscle dysmorphia is just a subcategory of body dysmorphic disorder, which is affecting a growing number of men specifically. Driven by the anxiety that they aren't muscular enough, experts say that more men of all ages are developing a compulsive relationship to exercise and dieting, and in some cases, turning to steroid usage. Right, so here we are again. Let me put my thoughts in on this. You see, personally, I believe this is mainly due to some of the influencers being pushed out here. The thing is, yeah, these guys aren't pushing the let's be healthy side of fitness and working out. These guys are pushing that I look good and I'm super massive. I bench 180 kg side of training. That I'm the Incredible Hulk side of things. But they won't tell you what the side dish is though. You won't hear them telling the guys how much strain these weights and movements actually put on your body. Forgetting to tell the guys watching that yes, you may be able to lift super heavy one day, but it takes years of training, deep muscle tissue and fibres, building strength over years to be able to accomplish such heavy weights. These lot got guys thinking they can go into the gym, bench 180 kg within 6 months, look like Arnie or Ronnie within a year. How the fuck are you going to do that then? How are you going to do that then? You get what I'm saying? How? Please tell me how. Jokers. Steroids maybe. Just a thought. Getting guys lifting too heavy or overexerting themselves with a dismissal of the fact that your body, joints, ligaments, spine, knees and hips can all be affected by these types of misguided workouts and movements or lifting weight too heavy for the body. They'll say, buy this supplement, eat this tab, pop this pill, take this steroid, and you could look like this. They'll say that for a certain amount of months, years, then you'll see them put a video up saying, oh, maybe I was wrong. Huh? After all that, maybe you was wrong. They'll then say that they themselves was having a moment or had muscle dysmorphia. I've seen it. A good few of these guys are doing exactly this. And I know you have also. Let's not beat around the bush here. I'm going to say exactly how it is, Stop listening to these wallies. This will maybe come after one of their gym buddies' hearts pops in their chest or lungs collapse after all the different PEDs they've taken. That's when all the pride, ego and poppy show business and way of thinking has to go out the window. But hold on a minute. You've been saying one thing for years, and then as soon as it affects your body, you sit your ass down and change your mind to a different way of thinking and performing? Huh? What's that all about? Yo, geezer. Yeah, I'm talking to you and the other phony influencers out there. You've pushed thousands of people a certain direction for years, so tell me, what about those people you guided and have been paid to push and eventually hit the wall, just like you have? What about them lot? I'll tell you what, I'll answer that for free. Muscle dysmorphia, that's what. Sure. You get what I'm saying though? This is exactly what's going on. When you look at certain guys, right, yeah, you can just tell that they're not meant to look like that. Their build-up and genetics doesn't add up to looking like that. You're not meant to look like that. That's how you know a natural from someone who's using roids. It's common sense. This is why it's very important to focus on your goals, focus on your training methods, focus on how you work out. You can't be watching the next man and thinking you can have that physique. He's genetically built different. The way he looks is not even genetically possible. He's not meant to look like that. That's how you know he's taking PEDs or taking anabolic steroids. You keep following that route, you're going to hit the wall. Then all of a sudden, pop goes the weasel in the shape of your heart, one of the most vital organs in your body, all because you wanted to follow Tom, Vic and Harry and try and look like them, when you could train for yourself, look like yourself and save your own health. What are two types of dysmorphia? The following are two common types of body dysmorphia. Muscle dysmorphia. This type of dysmorphia affects both males and females. Body dysmorphia by proxy. Teens who suffer from body dysmorphia by proxy tend to be hyper-focused on what they perceive to be flaws in others' appearances. Is bigorexia the same thing as muscle dysmorphia? Yes, they are both the same. Obsessive bigorexia is more formally known as muscle dysmorphia. The term dysmorphia comes from the Greek word for misshapeness. What is the condition that makes you look muscular? It's called myostatin. Related muscle hypertrophy is a rare condition characterised by reduced body fat and increased muscle size. Affected individuals have up to twice the usual amount of muscle mass in their bodies. Myostatin is a protein that regulates muscle growth. It acts as a negative regulator, limits the amount of muscle tissue that can develop. Mutations in the myostatin gene can lead to significant increases in muscle mass. Myostatin is also involved in regulating bone metabolism. A more detailed explanation. We'll start with function. Myostatin, which is also known as growth differentiation factor 8, otherwise known as GDF8, is a protein that belongs to the TGF-beta family of growth factors. It's primarily expressed in skeletal muscle and functions as a negative regulator of muscle growth. Muscle growth regulation. Myostatin limits the development of muscle tissue, preventing excessive muscle growth. Myostatin deficiency. Individuals or animals with mutations that reduce or eliminate myostatin function have significantly increased muscle mass. For example, cattle with myostatin gene mutations are known as double-muscled. You might have seen a few videos that have been posted. Overly muscular bulls, looking huge and double the size. Bone metabolism. Myostatin also plays a role in bone metabolism by suppressing bone formation and stimulating bone resorption, according to some studies. The chance of muscle regeneration. Because of its role in regulating muscle mass, myostatin is a potential target for treating muscle wasting conditions and for enhancing muscle growth. Prohibited enhancement substance. Myostatin inhibitors are on the World Anti-Doping Agency, otherwise known as the WADA, indicating their potential for performance enhancements in sports. What is it called when someone looks skinny but is muscular? Sinewy. Someone who is sinewy has a lean body but also has very strong muscles. Dysfunctional eating patterns, as well as psychological features such as perfectionism, self-esteem and social anxiety, all play a key role in the development and maintenance of muscle dysmorphia. In order to obtain the desired lean and muscular physique, individuals with MD usually have strict control over what they eat, and their food choices are focused on the healthy aspects of their food cycles and intake. It's all good having a decent diet and maintaining these patterns. There's nothing unusual about that. The tide changes though when you over-obsess and go to extraordinary lengths to follow these patterns of eating. Things like carrying around a set of macro scales. Yep, that's a bit offish. Try having a day off for fuke's sake. Is being too muscular unhealthy? Researchers did a study and found that the guys with overly larger muscles had a heart disease risk, which was as much as 6 times higher than the group of men with the smallest abdominal muscle area. Says something, that, doesn't it? It's all good trying to be massive and super big, but really, are you aware of the stress, tension and pressure being placed on your heart muscles and function? Like the sayings go, everything must be done in moderation. Too much of anything can have adverse effects. Remember, there's always a limit to everything, especially when it comes to your health. You gotta think things through, don't overdo it. Do you weigh more if you're muscular? Muscle doesn't weigh more than fat, but it is more dense, which means it takes up less space in the body than fat does, therefore giving you a leaner look. While the exact causes of muscle dysmorphia are not fully understood, it's believed to be a complex condition influenced by a combination of factors, including genetics, psychological triggers, social and cultural influences. There's no single cause, but rather a combination of elements that may contribute to its development. Next is a few factors which could play a vital role in the muscle dysmorphia side of things. Potential contributing factors: biological, genetics, a family history of body dysmorphic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, or depression may increase the likelihood of developing muscle dysmorphia. Brain chemistry. Imbalances of certain brain chemicals like serotonin could also play a pivotal role. Psychological factors. Low self-esteem. Individuals with low self-esteem may be more likely to focus on perceived physical flaws, develop an unhealthy preoccupation with their appearance. Trauma and bad situations. Going through these types of life experiences, particularly at an early age, can lead to negative self and body image issues, potentially contributing to muscle dysmorphia. Trying to avoid rejection. A strong fear of rejection or not fitting in can also contribute to development of muscle dysmorphia. Obsessive compulsive tendencies. It can share similarities with obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD, with individuals experiencing intrusive thoughts about their appearance and engaging in repetitive behaviours to cope with these occurrences. Negative body image. An offish perception of their own body, even when objectively muscular, can be a significant factor. Social and cultural factors. This meaning social media and other media portrayals. The constant exposure to idealised and often unrealistic body images in media and social media can contribute to body dissatisfaction and a desire to achieve a specific, often unattainable physique. Now that touches on what I was saying earlier on in the video. You've got to focus on your own physique, your own structure and your own type of working out. It's okay working out the same way they might work out, but when it comes to building the same kind of physique, you might not be able to attain it, so it's pointless stressing over it. Get your own thing done, don't worry about anyone else. Now when you do this, you might actually surprise yourself. You could end up building a physique that you're actually proud of. You might actually find yourself stronger than you thought you could be. And eventually, you might actually build a desirable body. They might not look like they're actually watching what you're doing, but you better believe they are. With all that being said, you might end up looking better than they do, or better than they think they do. Just got to put some trust in yourself. I believe in you. You can do it. Trust me, you can do it. Cultural normalities. Societal emphasis on muscularity as a desirable body type, particularly for men, can create pressure to conform to these norms and potentially lead to muscle dysmorphia. If you're going to be working out, do it for yourself. Don't be following trends or patterns. You need to be a trendsetter. Exercise for you, build your physique for you, build your strength for you and your personal needs in general. Society's expectations. Pressure to achieve a certain body type for sports or other activities can also contribute to body image dissatisfaction. In some situations, muscle dysmorphia can overlap with other conditions. While it's not an eating disorder itself, muscle dysmorphia can sometimes share features with eating disorders, such as intense focus on diet and exercise. So how do you conquer muscle dysmorphia? You can start by getting active. Physical activity and exercise can help manage many signs and signals, such as depression, stress, and anxiety. Consider walking, jogging, swimming, or even gardening, or taking up another form of physical activity you enjoy. However, it's best to avoid excessive exercise as a way to deal with this perceived flaw. Remember to have adequate rest and recovery days throughout routines. While often associated with men, muscle dysmorphia, or MD, can also affect women, particularly those involved in bodybuilding or weightlifting. In women, it involves the preoccupation with being insufficiently muscular and lean, leading to an extreme exercise and dietary routines, sometimes including anabolic steroid usage. Check out the video I recently uploaded. What are the side effects of anabolic steroids? Muscle dysmorphia in women is considered a subtype of Body Dysmorphic Disorder, BDD, and can significantly impact their lives. A man who regularly lifts weights and meticulously plans his meals to maximise muscle growth and uses steroids to enhance the physique might just be exhibiting signs of muscle dysmorphia. Signs of roid rage is definitely a factor which shows psychological aspects of muscle dysmorphia. This sometimes cannot be hidden, masked, or even controlled, so it's best to steer clear of steroid usage. Despite the significant muscle mass, he still may feel his muscles are too small and weak, so he might avoid social situations where his body is visible, places like the beach, the pool, or showing his body to anyone in general. He might also experience significant anxiety or distress if he misses a workout or deviates from his strict diet. Muscle dysmorphia stats indicate that while it primarily affects males, the exact prevalence is not definitively known due to varying research methods and definitions. Studies suggest that between 1% and 54% of men may experience muscle dysmorphia, with higher numbers among weightlifters and bodybuilders. Estimates for general population range from 2.8%, that's with women included. It's also important to realise that muscle dysmorphia is a form of body dysmorphic disorder, and research suggests that 22% of men with body dysmorphic disorder also meet criteria for muscle dysmorphia. Underestimation. Due to the complexity of diagnosing and assessing muscle dysmorphia, prevalence in numbers may be underestimated. This suggests that the numbers may be way higher than the studies might actually show. Early onset. Signs of muscle dysmorphia typically emerge in late teens or early adulthood. Demographic differences. Aside from body mass index, BMI, there may not be significant demographic differences between individuals with and without probable muscle dysmorphia across ages, genders, ethnicities, and bedtime play connective orientations. Demographic differences. 10% of men in the gym may have muscle dysmorphia. The condition is a growing problem, but with this being said, many cases may be going undiagnosed because there is nearly no awareness and knowledge about muscle dysmorphia. Why don't bodybuilders age well? As bodybuilders age, they often experience a natural decline in muscle mass and strength due to reduced levels of hormones like testosterone and changes in muscle fibre composition. At what age is it impossible to build muscle? No matter how old you are, you can still build muscle and improve your health through resistance training. One research study found that you can even gain muscle strength well into your 70s and 80s. What is the prime age to build muscle? In your 20s, the body is at its peak condition for muscle gain, and weight training works well. Training 3 to 5 days a week, focusing on full body movements with free weights as a staple for these workouts. Do not forget to get adequate rest time for repair and growth. Why are some people naturally strong? Some people are naturally stronger due to a combination of genetic predisposition, muscle fibre type, and other factors like muscle size, tendon compliance, along with skeletal structure. While the genetics play a significant role, training, nutrition, and other environmental factors also contribute to an individual's strength. Genetics. Muscle fibre type. Humans have different types of muscle fibres. These include slow twitch, which is type 1, and fast twitch, which is type 2 fibres. Fast twitch fibres are responsible for power and strength. Some individuals may have a higher proportion of these fibres, making them naturally stronger. So let's look at muscle fibre type 2. Individuals with higher proportion of type 2 muscle fibres may find it easier to build strength and power, as these fibres respond well to training that focuses on these qualities. Muscle fibre adaptations. Even with similar genetics, different training approaches can lead to varying degrees of muscle growth and strength development. Factors to consider. Muscle size. Generally, larger muscles have more potential for strength as they can generate more force. Tendon compliance. The stiffness of tendons can affect how efficiently force is passed from muscles to bones, which influences strength. Neurological impact. The nervous system plays a crucial role in strength, including the ability to recruit muscle fibers and coordinate movements. Nutrition and training. Proper nutrition and training techniques can maximize strength gains, regardless of genetic predispositions and body structure. So in summary for this video, while genetics provides a foundation for strength, various other factors like muscle fibre type, muscle size, tendon compliance, and training approaches all contribute to an individual's overall strength, look and body structure. Try not to be that harsh on yourselves when it comes to how you think you look in the mirror, or how you might perceive how the next person sees you and the physique you hold. As long as you're fit and healthy and strong enough for daily life, muscle dysmorphia and everything else surrounding it is just a misguided thought, situation, or even an irrelevant remark and aura of a person passing by. So try keep your eating patterns clean and toxin free, training plans rigorous but controlled, get adequate rest and sleep, shock the muscles with sporadic exercise from time to time, include cardio, stretching and mobility, but overall enjoy your workouts and promote good vibes. Then everything else will fall into place. Good luck.